Cheyanne, congratulations on getting a UFC contract.
Thank you so much.
Back here, Dana White said that you're basically everything the show's about. You know, you're violent, you're mean. Would you agree? Do you have a mean streak?
Absolutely. I don't think if I didn't have a mean streak, I want to come out there and have that kind of performance. Like, if you're a fighter, you better have a mean streak.
That does raise the question, why did you apologize for swearing at her?
Because I thought I was going to get in trouble for cussing so much. But if I'd known I was all right, then I wouldn't have apologized.
Did you, were you guys talking back and forth in there? We could hear a little bit on the broadcast, but not entirely.
Yeah, I kept telling her to fight me.
You felt that she was avoiding the confrontation?
No. Just with like the last 10 seconds left. Like, I'm not the kind of fighter that with 10 seconds left like to hold on. Like, we're performers, not just fighters. Like, fight me. Like, don't just hold on to me.
It's one thing to get a UFC contract, right? But it's another thing for Dana White to say publicly he expects big things from you. When you hear that, how much of a cherry on top is that?
Listen, I've been training 20 years of my life out of 25, and for him to say that, it just put the icing on the cake for me to let me know that I'm on the right track and I'm doing the right things that I need to do in my life. So it was just really heartfelt. Like, I'm so happy right now, but I'm not going to lie, I'm probably going to go home and cry my eyes out. So
it's one thing to do your talking in the cage, right? But very few times have we seen someone actually go over and take Dana White's phone out of his hands to let themselves have a scroll through the Instagram. What exactly was that about?
For the past 2 years, I've been writing Dana, and I just kept telling him, like, Dana, I'm going to be a star for you. Dana, I'm coming. And, you know, my coach over at Fortis MMA, Saif, my husband and I moved from South Africa all the way to Dallas just to be with that coach because, one, they're the best team in the world, and two, Dana loves them fighters. Like, if you look at our team, they're killers. They're mean. If you think I'm mean, we got some dudes on there that I'm like, yo, like, they're mean. So we went there, and I told Dana, I said, listen, I'm going to Fortis MMA. I know you like that gym. I'm going there. And I had this whole thing set up for this moment tonight. I told him, hey, I'm at Fortis. Hey, I just won another fight with LFA. Hey, my coach just talked to Mick. I'm getting on a Contender. And then I got my opponent, and I said, hey, I'm going to kill this girl. I promise you. And tonight, only thing I wanted to do was kill this girl and go to him and be like, can you write me back now? Can you write me back? I just wanted to get his attention, and I knew he'd never seen my messages, and who am I? Like, I'm nobody. So, and I'm still a nobody. I'm not even a UFC fighter yet. I might have a contract, but my coach has instilled in us, we are not UFC fighters until you get your second contract. So, until I get some wins underneath my belt, then I'm going to call myself a UFC fighter.
That's awesome.
Cheyanne. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were after you.
I was going to say, so when do you want to fight again?
I'm ready to go right now. I'm fine. I'm injury-free. I'm not going to lie. I would like a few weeks off because I've had 6 months of a training camp, and, you know, I had a really serious injury, and shout out to Dr. Mann over in Dallas, Texas, because if it wasn't for him, I don't know if I would have been able to fight. So, you know, I have some injuries that I really need to take care of, but if I go home and I get them worked on and I'm good to go, like, hey, I'm always ready to fight. I'm ready to fight for free. I'm ready to fight for, I got bills to pay, so I need some money, but, I'm a fighter. I'm gonna do it anytime they call me, so call me Dana.
Cheyanne, Jim Greasehober, cage side seat. Dana's never returned any of my messages either, so.
I feel you. I waited 2 years.
Probably still won't return mine. I've talked about you and JP, your husband, right? You guys trained together. You talked about him liking finishes. You like that gangster stuff. What's it like when you train, the two of you? Because most husbands and wives can get a little vicious anyway, but what's it like with the two of you, that dynamic, when you train?
We're the best training partners you can ask for. One, I know I can hit that man with every single might in me, and he's not going to hurt me. Like, he's going to whack my ass. Like, I have taken some punches where I'm like, yo, you're sleeping on the couch. But I know I'm fine with him. Like, and especially for this fight, my husband's also a brown belt in jiu-jitsu. I knew that if I grapple him every day and I take his punches and his style, this girl's nothing. I went in that fight and she felt like a baby. Because, I'm not discrediting her, but, I grabbed a hold of her and I was like, she ain't doing nothing. And so, thank you, hubby, wherever you are. Thank you so much. I love you. We put in countless hours. When the pandemic hit, I actually cornered one of my good friends out on the Brazil card, and the day I got back, we got quarantined. And my husband and I found out about this fight back in February. And when I found out about the fight, my coach looked at me and he was like, Cheyanne, do not go crazy. And I was like, all right. And next thing you know, I went crazy. My husband and I, we were training every day. We don't even have a garage, but we went outside every single day. We trained 2 to 3 times a day up until the point where we got heat stroke. And there's this old barn in the back of our house that's not ours, and it's the landlord's. And we called him one day and we're like, listen, we need a gym. We need to train. Can we please take that barn and just completely redo it? We have no tools. We had no money. We had nothing. We went in there, and there's some rusty tools, and I mean, it was nasty. There was rats. There was every single kind of nasty animal you can think of back there. And we tore that thing down. Well, my husband tore the thing down, and we just started from scratch. My dad, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here. That man, he helped us build that gym. You know, we got mats from our teammates, and he got us a treadmill, and I was good to go. It just helped my confidence so much. As soon as I got back to the gym, my coach looked at us and was like, wow, you two are in mad shape. And I was like, hell yeah, I'm in shape. Like, I got to fight, like, you know? So my coach, he made sure that we didn't do too much too soon. But then, you know, we were supposed to fight back in July, and then unfortunately Fight Island, and so they pushed it back another month. But, you know, I got really lucky. I got the injury, and, you know, it just made me even hungrier. We just trained more. You know, my coach made me do 5 fives for this fight. So, you know, my coach is mad. He was like, we're going to go in there and destroy this girl. She's good. He was in my head every day. Like, there was just no way I was going to come out there and lose. Like, if you have him in your corner, you're going to win. So we did it, Coach.
Yeah, and last one for me, just the two of you training, you and JP, in the yard like that, it made me think with the neighbors' windows around. You have to tell them, right, we're training, this is not domestic violence. The way you guys are going at it in those videos, the neighbors, you have to tell them this is what we do, we're training, right?
I think our neighbors just think we're crazy regardless. They don't ask questions. They're actually really nice. They bring us like fruits from their garden and stuff. And one day they brought us cake while we were training, and I felt so bad. I was like, I'm sorry, I can't have your cake. But no, they're really cool. I think they know we're fighters. We don't like to really go and often like say, hey, we're MMA fighters. No, like I think they just see us training, but you know, who cares?
You can have the cake now.
Yeah, I haven't had cake in so long. I'm fine. I just want a pizza. You know, if anyone wants to have some pizza, I'm really down for that.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you guys so much.
Just a couple quick ones from
Yeah,
me.
I'm ready.
You talked about how you've been hitting up Dana for 2 years. You made the decision to move and go to Fortis. So this has been a long, methodical process for you, planning this out, making all these decisions. The whole time that this was taking place, did you always know that this time would come if you kept doing the hard work and if you kept focused, that you would make it to the UFC?
I've known this since I was 5 years old. And tonight was one of those nights where I said, this is my moment. Like, I'm not going to let this girl take that from me. I got into karate when I was just four years old. And there's no fighters on my mom's side or my dad's side. Nobody. I'm the only fighter there is. And, you know, I wasn't brought up easy, but what I was brought up with is a dad that took me in at a young age, and he gave me everything to make sure my dreams came true. When we had no money, he made sure I went to karate class. He knew that his daughter wanted to be a fighter. He knew that there was nothing that was going to stop me. And every single year, I dropped out of high school when I was 17 years old just to start fighting. There was no denying me tonight. When I finally got an opportunity, it did not matter who was put in front of me tonight. It would have been the same outcome because I just had that in my head.
Have you talked to your father yet?
No, I can't wait to call him. He's probably crying and stuff. My mom's probably screaming, crying. You know, they're a little crazy fans, but they love me, so.
And last one for me, I thought your striking was wonderful tonight, and you have a lot of power in your hands. When you looked at this division, I'm sure this is something, you know, because now I can see how your brain works. You probably have looked at this division and already started picking people that you would like to see yourself against. Are there names of people that you've always thought that I would love to see myself challenge against her? I'd love to fight her. Oh, I could take her. Who are some of the names that you maybe watched and not modeled yourself after, but used as inspiration to get here? And who would you like to challenge yourself against?
I've looked at absolutely nobody and said I want to be like them. I only want to be like myself. I have a different style. I have a different attitude. I'm myself, and I've built myself to be like this. And the great thing is about me is tonight you guys saw boxing. Tonight you saw that. I have so much more to offer, but the thing is I'm going to expose my opponent's weakness, and I knew that with my boxing tonight was going to win me the fight. So, even when it got to the ground, you guys saw a little bit of grappling, but I didn't have in my head submit this girl. Even though it was probably there, that wasn't the game plan, so I wasn't going to give it. I'm not going to give that my opponent something that she wants. She's comfortable on the ground, so why give that to her? I'm also comfortable, but I'm better on the feet, so let's keep it on the feet. That's why I just kept telling her to get up. Like, I'm going to fight you at your weakness. And the great thing is now that I'm going to be in the UFC, there's so many good fighters. I don't care who I fight. I just want to fight. But now the level's just going to get harder. So now I just need to go back to work on Monday, and I just need to keep training and doing what I'm doing. And one day I'll get to the title. But I'm in no rush. I'm 25 years old. I'm not going to be one of those people that come up here and say, oh, I'm going to be a champion for you guys here in like the next year or two. Like, the 115-pound division is stacked. It is the hardest division, I personally think, in the UFC. Look at how many killers there are. They're all killers to me, and I absolutely love every single one of them because I've been watching half of them since I was 14 years old. And, now I just want the younger generation to look up to the new generation, and I want the kids to look up to me one day and be like, wow, I want to be like her. So.
Congratulations, just a quick one for me, if you could just touch on that. The people looking up to you and your story about the grind, the hustle, the rats being there, a message to people looking up to you now, and that you could be that story that they can follow. Your own story, of course.
Just never give up on your dreams, people. I've had life thrown at me so many times that's told me to quit, but when you love something, you don't let it go. I was let go from my father at a young age. And when I grow up, I was so lucky to have my dad, who raised me with so much love and respect, and to show me a true role model to never give up. My dad's 60-something years old, and he still works his ass off. Like, I want to be able to give my parents a retirement soon. Like, I see them working, and it breaks my heart. Like, I'm 25 years old, and I'm not shit yet, but one day I'm going to be something. And I just want to be able to give it back. My husband, it sucks. I am so pissed that I'm in the UFC before him because I know he deserves it. I know my husband deserves this more than me. He's been fighting professional longer than me, and the stupid-ass COVID took it from him. The work permit didn't come in, and we had to pull him out. So tonight, I looked at him, and I said, I'm doing this for me and you and our family and our future, because one day when I'm a mom, I want to let go of all this. Like, I want to be able to do this for the next couple years and me and him build a life together. Fighting is not a career. It's an opportunity. And I'm going to come here and I'm going to take every opportunity I can.